This is Ras Ceylon, and you're now watching the GreenSceneTV.com. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Cookie Green. Welcome to another culturally aware episode of The Green Scene. Get ready to keep it verdant, urban, and fun as we delve into demonstrations of diversity. The Green Scene
Today's guest, live and direct from the town by way of Sri Lanka, may I present to you, for your viewing pleasure, Ras Ceylon. So let's get right into it, Ras. You're a throwback to my youth in the fact that you have a connection to the dub. You want to fill us in on that?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, a lot of my production and the beats and rhythms and stuff that I rhyme over or chant over or sing over have that kind of raga influence, you know what I mean? The reggae dancehall dub influence, which actually is some of the roots of hip hop culture as well, that people don't really check that connection a lot. But, you know, we strive to do that. We've been doing it for years, so we'll keep it moving on that same vibration, you know?
Right on. So you familiar with the sound system and Prince Farai, King Tubby, and so on and so forth?
No question. Especially even as a hip hop MC, I look at U-Roy as being one of the first rappers ever. I look at, you know, DJ Kool Herc, who we call the godfather or the father of hip hop culture. You know, he's the one that pretty much brought what they were doing with the Jamaican sound systems to New York, which spawned the culture of hip hop 40 years ago. You know what I mean? So we bridge that gap and keep those links and connections tight. You know, it's really important to the mission and the vibes of the music. You know what I mean? Bring it back to the roots, you know? Right on.
I can see that you came today with some lessons. So we're about to show a clip of one of your videos. You want to set it up for us?
For sure. This is a little older one right here. It's called The Question. Actually, we shot it right here or right down the street right here in Oakland. And it was produced by a youngster named Anthony Fawcett, you know what I mean, who passed away. So RIP Anthony Fawcett. First Class Productions, you know what I mean? So the song's called The Question. It's got some of the dub influences that you were talking about, so I think it's fitting for the green scene, so check it out.
Dub. Out there. The holy herbs, man, straight, who we deal with. But even that, you gotta watch.
Yo, you better watch what you're smoking, man. For real, cause some of that shit is real potent, man. You feel? It's no jokes here in Oakland, man. We built since before the Black Panthers. All them crackers want us killed. Till we sodas in the field. Ras Ceylon, I never kneel. Don't bow down to Babylon. But a lot of cats real straight dry stitching. Mixing up the legacy of the town. How the fuck we go from street generals to dancing clowns?
It's real. We don't need them things, man. You know what I'm saying? They giving out hella time for that sauce, for that rock, whatever you got, man. Get locked up for them things.
As we know, I think I heard that you're Sri Lankan, correct?
Yes, sir. That's right.
You want to take us through the process in which your cultural amalgamation has occurred?
Well, you know, being born and raised actually here in California, you know what I mean, living in different communities in Southern California, in the Oakland Bay area, pretty much, you know, grew up with a lot of different cultures around me. And outside of my immediate household, there wasn't too much of Sri Lanka going on. But as I grew older and kind of, you know, dug more into my roots, I got interested in Sri Lanka and then traveling there, growing up, visiting family and stuff. It was all during the Civil War, which actually just ended in 2009. So we're recently celebrating 5 years since the end of the Civil War in Sri Lanka, which was from 83 to 2009. So it was always traveling there, seeing, you know, so-called third world conditions, but also under a little war conditions, you know what I mean? It was pretty crazy, from curfews in the streets to checkpoints and just, you know, just it was a whole different style of politics that was pretty ill. And so it really made me look into the roots of that conflict and stuff, which is where we come up with the whole concept of decolonize and heal Lanka, which is something that as a mission that we're on as well. Living there in Sri Lanka in 2012, I actually moved out there and was doing some post-war reconciliation work with the youth and stuff like that. And yeah, it went pretty good, except for the song ended up getting banned from the radio and our music video got shut down. They claimed it was due to the political content because we were talking about, no more wars of attrition, no more ethnic division. It's due time to end religious chauvinism. And just, I was really talking about, decolonizing our mind states as far as moving forward post-Civil War, and for some of the powers that be, that's not really too popular. They're more like, okay, we defeated the terrorists, the Civil War's over, let's celebrate, but really it's, there's a lot of different communities in Sri Lanka, and I think it should be, one Lanka for all people there, justice for all,
What do the activists say for all the other activist groups? Would they say free them all or something?
Yes, sir. PLCC, which, I'm a representative of the PLCC, particularly in the Code of Culture, and the call of the Prisoners of Conscience Committee, chaired by Fred Hampton Jr., is free them all. And that comes from saying free all political prisoners, but also free everyone from whatever systems of oppression is holding us down. You know what I mean? So it's justice for all. It's free them all. No question.
And I'd like to highlight that an injury to you out there on the other side of that camera is an injury to me personally. So I hope we all can begin to feel this way. I think that's what you're getting at, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No doubt. All power to the people.
So just a second ago, you mentioned POCC. You want to fill us in on what that is?
So the PLCC is the Prisoners of Conscience Committee, also known as the Black Panther Party Cubs, which is chaired by Fred Hampton Jr., who is the son of the assassinated Black Panther leader, and basically taking that same politics as what was going on back then, but applying it today and really addressing some of the issues that are going on in the community very precisely, such as, using terms like police terrorism, as we said earlier, free them all, and getting involved in different campaigns. And being that it's the Prisoners of Conscience Committee, we will go ahead and give a little update into something going on right now with a very important political prisoner who is formerly known as H. Rap Brown, now Imam Jamil Al-Amin, who's been serving for 14 years on a murder charge that looks very suspect. And this is one of our great elders, and he's basically having a medical emergency right now. He's under lockdown 23 hours a day in these concentration camps. And so we're trying to raise awareness around that. Folks can look up, there's some online petitions and stuff. We say free Imam Jamil Al-Amin, free them all. Shout out, Ascar Yex, one of my big homies I've done music with as well. Free all political prisoners.
So just a second ago, you mentioned something that is really personal to me. Just real briefly, you mentioned police terror. What's your relation and connection and take on that?
Well, part of the work that we've done as artists with PLCC, BPPC, is the Code of Culture. And what that means is basically what we're doing is we use the music to kind of address some of the issues going on. So like, for instance, when Oscar Grant was murdered in 2009, January 1st, by the BART police, we basically made music around that, and we're at the rallies performing and using the music to really tune in to people to what's going on, And so police terrorism is a major issue. We see it happening all the time, and it's very important to identify what it is, not use euphemisms such as police brutality to really kind of minimize how dehumanizing and really horrible, some of these crimes against humanity are, when they're just stealing our young folks' lives and just all kinds of lives, like every day it's happening all over. So we want to, just raise awareness about that, but also tune the people in to see what it really is. Like Huey P. Newton said that police is nothing but an occupying army, literally, in the community, and nothing's changed from those days till now. In fact, it's probably gotten worse. So, we got to raise it up.
So since we're on the subject of police terror, I would like to revisit Heels to Heal for Allen and your participation that day by way of live performance. And the question here is, what was your fondest memory of that day?
Man, that was a powerful day. Really appreciate, the Justice for Allen Blueford Center for the invite and for making it happen, because that was really powerful. I had a lot of fun takeaways. I mean, really just so inspiring to be performing, for one thing, on the back of a truck and having just the crowd there rocking, for a cause and for a purpose. And then I thought it was really interesting when I got on stage, actually or on the truck stage. But, you know, when I was up there, I looked over to my right, and we were right passing by Dewey Academy, which is a continuation school here in Oakland, which I had worked at for 5 years as a counselor. And then as the performance continues, all of a sudden I look up and we're right for the Alameda County Courthouse where, you know, 50 years ago, Huey P. Newton was being tried for shooting a pig, you know what I mean? And he got, you know, freed on that. But it was just interesting, you know what I mean? Just that whole, just the history and the dynamics. I mean, Oakland has such a rich history. We literally are standing on the shoulders of giants when it comes to the Black Panther Party, and to even, you know, have any kind of connection to that, to me, is really humbling, and it was powerful. So I give thanks, you know, justice for Allen, you know, justice for them all, no question.
So you a second ago, you mentioned Oakland and how we're standing on the shoulders of giants. I'd like to take a brief moment here to expound upon that and share some of my personal thoughts. Now, Oakland personally has changed my life. I've never been to a place where I felt so much like myself, and I've never been to a place where I know that my knowledge and everything that I have to bring to the table matters, and it counts, and everyone's thoughts and skills and heart and feelings matter here. Everyone. It don't even matter what color you are. So what do our viewers have to expect on the horizon for Ras Ceylon?
Yes, sir. Well, they can check out right now. I got a new single out called Mind Control, which is from a project called Full Metal Jacket, featuring Tragedy Gaddafi, formerly known as Intelligent Hoodlum from the Juice Crew, old school hip hop legend, you know what I mean, from Queensbridge, New York. We got a whole collab project. So the song right now is called Mind Control. They can check that out online. Of course, we're doing the Zulu Thursdays every first Thursday of the month at One Fam in West Oakland. And yeah, man, we just out here working with the youth, you know, making it happen. So yeah, just check for me in the streets or online. You know what it is.
So now that you've told us about everything that you have going on out there, look right there in the lens and let us know where we can find you.
Yeah, you can definitely contact me online on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that. Just Ras Ceylon, which is RASCEYLON. YouTube as well, Bandcamp, SoundCloud to download the music. You know what I mean? We out there internationally. You can always contact me directly, and I'll get forward to you. You know what I mean? So yeah, get at me, Ras Ceylon, serving other people.
And before we go, brother, I personally want to thank you for being here today. And I said it before, and I'll say it again, man. Any friend of the dub is a friend of mine. Cheers. Welcome to the GreenSceneTV.com. Queen Naoka, who is the president of Culture Coloring Works, and also Hassan Bey, who is the chief operating officer at Culture Coloring Works. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
We can clearly see that you are appropriately dressed for the green scene.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we here at the Green Scene are aware of everything that you all have going on, and we are hella impressed with everything. So you want to tell us a little bit about the history and what led you all to start this such a beautiful brand?
Definitely. So basically, it all started because I went into a major bookstore and noticed that there was a void. There's no books for people of color when it comes to coloring. So I just had the idea to come up with this book called Culture Coloring Books. And inside of it, I wanted to focus on music and movements, which basically consists of like musicians like Rage, who's on the cover, Miss Dynamite, Kendrick Lamar, Sade, all these like people that are alive today that you can relate to and are actually talking about something in the community. So that's basically where the idea for the name and everything came from.
Culture Coloring Works is scheduled to launch its long-awaited apparel line on June 21st. You all must be excited.
Oh man, we juiced because we're gonna have it here at the Allen Blueford Center for Justice. We can't wait to see all of y'all come down. It's June 21st, 7 p.m. Be here. Catered, fully catered. Just come, it's free, and have a good time.
Yeah, so our launch will be our first launch of our collection, which is our summer collection. And this particular collection is going to be more political, just to kind of go with the theme of, launching in Oakland.
We here at the Green Scene, as well as the Alan Blueford Center for Justice, which is where we're filming, by the way. Shout out to Alan, as always. We find your aesthetic to be triumphant of a certain ingrained local activist group.
True, man, that's a mouthful. But yeah, definitely, we always try to keep everything we do in a community base so that we stay on the ground and try to be realistic about our business practices, for sure.
Okay.
We're not trying to, become just that standard, corporation where we're not highlighting, what's really going on in our community. So I think that's what makes us different from a lot of the other corporations that are coming up.
But what I'm picking up, and correct me if I'm wrong, what I'm picking up from what you all are saying so far is a lot of independent spirit.
Definitely, well, we're from the Bay. I think it's in our blood. We can't help but be independent out here. There's very few people that just have one thing that they do, that they're born here. So we definitely have a lot of that going on.
So I noticed that a lot of your gear has 1969 and some of it has 1966. Niobe, can you tell us the significance of this?
Definitely. So 1966 was the year that the Panthers established. So we wanted to pay tribute to that because it's a special, special thing that happened here. And then my husband can explain the significance of the 1969.
Oh, you're married? I didn't know you all were married.
Oh, yeah. 18 years.
Black love, yeah.
The significance of 1969 has a lot to do with, because I'm an educator, has a lot to do with the year in which the breakfast program was established by the Black Panther Party here in Oakland, and also to celebrate, not in a morbid type of way, but to celebrate the life of Fred Hampton Sr. So that's the
chairman.
The chairman, Fred Hampton Sr.
A new school throwback or a modern day ode to the politically stylish. So I heard that you both are real deal San Francisco natives. Tell us a little bit about that.
Most definitely, yeah. Both my husband and I are original San Francisco natives. I like to say that we were born and raised in San Francisco, but we were adopted by Oakland.
Adopted by Oakland. I think a lot of people was adopted by Oakland. As you probably well know, we here at the Green Scene, we have a huge affinity for the red, the black, and the ever-verdant green. Can you let our viewers know out there what that means to you?
Yeah, for us it represents the colors of struggle. The red being the blood that was spilled, the black being for the people, and the green being for the land. People fighting for that land. So that's the significance for us.
So you not only make clothing, I heard that you also sing too, is that correct?
Yes, that was my first love. That's the first thing I started doing.
Okay, do you mind if we take a second to check out a clip of your video?
Not at all. Enjoy.
Shout out loud, scream, fuck the police.
We here at the Green Scene wish you all well, and I personally wish you all well as you embark upon this phase of your journey. Please, you go ahead, sir.
I said thank you, I appreciate it, sir.
I want to thank y'all both for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking out the day. I mean, we had a lot of technical difficulties, a lot of stop and start, but we got it done, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's all that matters, sir.
Okay, you want to look in the camera there at the politically stylish staring at us and let them know where they can find Culture Coloring Works gear.
You can find us at www.culturecoloringworksinc.com.
And see, just in case you've been listening to your music too loud, she's gonna say it one more time, okay? Just in case you can't hear.
That's www.culturecoloringworksinc.com. cannabis.com.
Okay. And we want to thank you all for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next segment, which is Art Piece of the Week. Okay, true believers, it's time for Art Piece of the Week. And today's guest is Malia Connor, author of Mixed Heritage. Malia, welcome, and thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I think our viewers want to know what led you to write such a beautiful book.
Well, I personally am of many cultural backgrounds. When I was young, both my parents are very, well-read. So they surrounded me with a very intense library. So when I became a mother, I would look for books that represented Black, Hawaiian, Chinese, Filipina, First Nation background. It doesn't exist. So I decided when she was a toddler to write that book for her, thus Mixed Heritage. It's for all the kids out there that have had to check other.
Let's give the viewers a taste of this beautiful poem that you wrote for your daughter.
Sure. I watch you ride 20-foot waves rubbing Buddha's belly for good luck. And I've made a hakule of eagle feathers to teach you of your mixed heritage. The great wall that encircles your tattoo of petroglyphs, praise the great corn mother, as I share with you sweet Hawaiian oysters that contain black pearls of wisdom. Your sturdy legs pick up continents full of colorful fabric that I weave through your corn rows of seashells and bedroom stars, quoting ancient proverbs of our truth. This is your mixed heritage, part tropical rainforest, part southern comfort and gumbo. I place an animal totem under your arm, and together we arrive on the shores of the Pacific Rim, where the Orishas embrace the kahunas, chanting of the buffalo soldiers. I send to you the sound of summer locusts passing through willow trees, and add to your bath of plumeria milk the juice of fat green mangoes. Your crown is protected by my love, hidden in the lushness of amber jewels as we hold hands watching the honu dine on sacred lotus blossoms. This is your mixed heritage, part fireflies on a balmy night, part licorice dipped in molasses. I watch the heat cling to your body like pot stickers wrapped in roti, and your heart is sweetened by the trade winds I blow as we mosh kalo behind the Great Pyramid. You smudge sage in a pot dripping with nagchampa while drumming a central rhythm with tea leaves on a conga made of pure koa wood to celebrate your year of the tiger. Little proud vahini wrapped in kente cloth, riding bareback down the face of a volcano. I guide you to a canoe braided with rare jade that you paddle up the Blue Nile at dawn. Yes, baby girl, this is your mixed heritage, powerful history linking revolutionary royalty called your ancestors.
Wow. Wow. Y'all gotta stop it. That's absolutely beautiful, Malia. Such a rich tapestry you've woven from the depth of your multicultural and multiracial ancestry. We here at The Green Scene would like to thank you for writing this book that helps to fill the great void in America in the understanding and celebration of cultural diversity due to the societal segmentation of race. Your book looks beyond that towards the wealth of culture embodied in yourself and Oni. So, by the way, has your daughter gained any fans from this love poem written to her?
It's funny you asked that. I did pose that question to her. She said no, but she was happy that now people aren't saying to her, oh, I've remembered you since you were little or since you were in your mom's belly. Now they're coming to her like, oh, your mom wrote that book for you. That's so beautiful. So no fans, but everybody's been giving her love. So
one day, Oni, one day. Okay, as we close out this Art Piece of the Week segment, please tell the folks out there where they can find this beautiful book.
Well, I do vend it out of my trunk. So if you know me personally, you can absolutely get in touch with me via Facebook. For those of you that do not know me, we have a PayPal option. You would send your email, or the email for the PayPal account is whendovescry1980@gmail. Make sure you mark it as a gift so that they don't charge you the hidden fee. And then we will send it off to you within 48 hours.
Okay.
$25 for that option. If you're local, it's $20 because I can hand deliver it. You would look for either Malia Connor or my dance company, Malia Movement Company.
mixed heritage.
I love Poem Realized.
So that's a wrap. Remember, friends, to keep it verdant, urban, and fun. This is Cookie Green, reminding you to stay tuned to thegreenscenetv.com.
That's the green scene?
Yeah.
Hi. How's it going? Because this is the green scene. Oh, shit. I said, make yourself at home. This ain't your house.
Oh, shit. Hey, look at it. Hey, he got an impression of me. Do your impression of me. Come on, do it. What's it? How you do? How you do? You on one side.
You can't make me laugh, man. Hold on. Okay, let me take some time. I need to look this up real quick. All right. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Nayoka, how are you today? That's good right there.
He do green better than me.
I love Alan Blueford.
Thank you. Say justice for Alan Blueford.
I love Alan Blueford and justice for Alan Blueford.
Thank you,
I
sis.
love Alan Blueford and justice for Alan Blueford. He deserves better. He did not ask for that police officer, which he's not the only police officer that's out here in the Bay Area that's girls, you know what I mean, putting false crimes on people and killing them. Okay, I love Alan Blueford.
Thank you, sister. What's your name?
My name is Sonia Taylor.
Thank you, Sonia. I'm Cookie Green. It's a pleasure to have you on thegreenscenetv.com. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
You got all my information, man.
Okay, here, go ahead and grab your 215. You want to grab it?
Do what you want to do. You already got my stuff.
You're cool with me grabbing it?
Feel free to dig in my stuff, so do what you want to do. Take my money, whatever.
No, why would I?
I got my hands up now.
I would never take
Don't
money.
be a piece. You want me to sit down?
No.
Sit down.
You're fine. You're fine.
Watch out. Whatever y'all want me to do, man. Y'all out here without making. Hey, man, he got my stuff. He all in my stuff, so.
This isn't Oakland. It's okay.
Hey.